Hi guys, it's DC, the Purple Diva, and welcome back to my channel, Chronicles of an Artsy Autism Mom. Before I go forward, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. You can subscribe right there, and you can like this video right there. And hit that notification bell so that you will be notified of all my uploads. If you want to get me on other social media, you can get me on Instagram, and on Snapchat I am DC the Purple Diva. On Twitter and on Periscope it is the Purple Diva DC, and you can also find me on Facebook, DC the Purple Divas, Chronicles of an Artsy Autism Mom. Today's video is going to be about medicating versus not medicating. So before I get started, I'm going to take a little sip of my tea. Y'all know I always have my tea. Today I have a little chai tea. And today is a kind of somber day for me. Today is August the 16th. And in 2011, this is the day that my mother died. So, you know, but I'm going to still try to be up before our video today. But this is a pretty serious subject. So, there are medications out there. I'm going to talk about 3 of the medications that are used for individuals on the autism spectrum. I'm going to talk about Adderall, Ritalin, and Abilify. My son is not on any of those medications now, but he was on one of them for a short period of time. So I'm first going to talk about Adderall. Adderall is for individuals who have ADD and ADHD, but people on the autism spectrum can have ADD and ADHD as part of their autism. And ADD is attention deficit disorder, and ADHD is attention deficit and hyperactive disorder. Adderall is a combination of amphetamines and tetroamphetamines. So it's an amphetamine. And it can become habit forming, and the medicine is known to be abused. There are adults that take the Adderall and are not considered autistic, but I'm just kind of focusing on this because they're children that are on these medications. There's one thing about this medication: it should not be given to anybody under the age of 3. Some of the side effects of Adderall, it can cause a stroke, it can cause heart attacks, and sudden death in people who have high blood pressure. It can cause heart disease or a heart attack. So if your child has high blood pressure or has blood pressure issues that could or could not have been present, it can cause strokes. My son was not on Adderall at any time, and the reason these medications are out there are to help with behaviors, like with meltdowns and the behavioral effects of autism. So that's on the Adderall. The next one I'm going to talk about is the Ritalin. And if you guys wonder what I'm looking down at, I've got my iPad here where I put my notes so that I could be organized. Ritalin is also used for ADD and ADHD. That's not its only uses, but for the context of this particular video, that's where we're going to focus on. Some of the side effects of the Ritalin are nervousness, trouble sleeping, loss of appetite, weight gain, dizziness, nausea, vomiting, headaches. Some more serious side effects are signs of blood flow problems, unusual wounds on the fingers or toes, fast and pounding or irregular heartbeats, mental, mood, and behavior changes, uncontrolled muscle movements. And my understanding on the uncontrolled muscle movements is that even if they stop taking the Ritalin, it still may be a permanent thing. And with individuals on the autism spectrum, they already have, spasms that they do that they can control. This is just that would be a kind of added thing if it happened. Sudden outbursts of words, sounds that are hard to control, which is already something that happens with people on the autism spectrum. Vision changes, fainting, seizures, symptoms of a heart attack, symptoms of a stroke, rashes, itching, swelling, serious dizziness, and trouble breathing. Another thing to note is that this particular medication can raise your blood pressure. So it can cause someone who's taking the Ritalin to have an elevated blood pressure, which in my opinion is not good in a child. So now we're going to talk about Abilify. Abilify originally is used for bipolar and other disorders, schizophrenia. But what they found that it also helped with behaviors in people with autism. My son was part of the actual clinical trial for Abilify in order for it to be approved by the FDA to be used for individuals with autism. So Abilify is the newer one of the drugs. Some of the side effects of Abilify include dizziness, lightheadedness, drowsiness, nausea, vomiting, tiredness, excess saliva or drooling, blurred vision, weight gain, which is the one that my son had, constipation, headaches, trouble sleeping. Trouble sleeping is something that a lot of people with autism have. This can exacerbate that. Fainting, mental and mood changes. He also had that. Trouble swallowing, restlessness, shaking, muscle spasms, mask-like expression on the face. He had that. Seizures, trouble controlling certain urges, interrupted breathing during sleep, fevers, muscle stiffness, severe tiredness, severe confusion, sweating, fast irregular heartbeat, dark urine, signs of kidney problems, fever, swollen lymph nodes, rash, itching, swelling, severe dizziness, trouble breathing. So those are some of the side effects that could come from Abilify. Now, my son had not been on any medication up until the time he was part of the clinical trial, because I didn't like the side effects and some of the things that were happening with kids that were taking the Ritalin and the Adderall, and I was seeing, in my opinion, cases where kids were just being over medicated just to, keep them in a certain state. He was on the Abilify because when he got to puberty, which is when this trial was, he started to have these massive meltdowns where he was physically aggressive, kicked a hole in a wall, kicked the window out, and was starting to become aggressive towards individuals. So my dad, who is a physician, and my stepmother, who has a PhD in speech pathology and worked in the autism community doing speech pathology for years and years and years. Both had looked into this before my son was part of the trial. So we got him to be part of the trial, and after that, one of the things, like I said, that we saw was that if you did notice, my son's pretty tall and lanky. He's always been kind of lanky. But during the time period that he was on the Abilify, he was the fat, sad kid. It did help with the aggression. It did stop the self-harming. It did stop the aggression towards others. It did all of that. I'm not going to take that away from it. But I had a fat, sad kid, and he was sad all the time, and it was difficult for us to deal with. And so after the clinical trial stopped, we stopped Tim being on the medication. His pediatrician, I forgot to mention, was the doctor who was actually conducting the clinical trial. Those are the 3 types of medications, and the reasons why we did not use those, is because of the side effects. And in the one that we did use, it changed him so, like, he was a completely different person. It didn't make him, more verbal. It didn't make him more in this world. It kind of just had him in this sedated state, which I don't want for my son. I see that I'm starting to run out of time, so I am going to probably do a second part to this video, and I will talk about foods and some holistic things. So I'm going to end it here, and I'm going to do a part 2 to this. So please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and look for part 2 after this one. Peace, you guys.